Ninja is a 2009 martial arts action flick directed by Isaac Florentine and written by both Boaz Davidson and Michael Hurst. The film follows Scott Adkins as Casey Bowman, who must escort a box containing the arms and armor of the last Koga ninja to safety. However, when a rival ninja and secret cabal enter the picture, the escort quest becomes a mission of survival. There will be fights, there will be blood, and there will be ninja. Our tale begins in the days of feudal Japan, narrated by Togo Igawa, who plays Sensei Takeda. We learn of the mercenaries called ninja, from their skills to their weapons, even equipment that will come back around in the third act. But most importantly, we learn that the katana can take life as well as restore life's spirit. Okay, Raiden. After all this time, there's only one remaining set of the Koga ninja's armor. Also, the style became Budo, the art of enlightenment, though Budo translates to the martial way. Turns out all this was being spoken to his gathered students, two of which will be our main characters, and he is happy to point them out. We have Scott Adkins as Casey, but our rival, Tsuyoshi Ihara as Masazuka. Takeda also makes mention of Fudoshin, which is tied to Budo, alongside Zanshin and Mushin, which all boil down to different mental states. I do wonder if any of the sequels will bring up the other two. Oh, and if you can't already tell, they're rivals. Let us nail it home so hard the hammer gets stuck in the wood. But like the girl in Raid 2, those hammers don't stop swinging. Say hello to Mika Hiji, playing Namiko Takeda, daughter of the sensei. See if you can't figure out her role in this movie.
Well, your father seems to think I have potential.
So does someone else.
You know we don't have time for such things in the dojo.
The hammers come around for another go as Masazuka reminds Casey that his mother abandoned him and his father was a drunkard. Takeda hears and disciplines Masazuka, but the next day decides they'd make great sparring partners. Even better, put him up with no armor. I suppose this is safer than those nuts with no armor and sharp swords. Oh look, Masazuka got a sharp sword. This results in excommunication, though he does get off easier than Perkins. So, we apparently have ninjas, life-giving katanas, and a rivalry. What's next?
Welcome, brothers.
I can't, man. I just can't. At least they're not Satanists, they're just CEOs of corporations. So really only the temperature is different. Anyways, our gathered cult is led by Temple, played by Miles Anderson, who has a ton of TV roles and an awesome IMDb profile pic. Seems they're inducting a new member, but the real meat of the scene takes place in Russia, during a business signing. This is our first real action scene, and it's okay. Half the stuff done, along with editing and camera angles, make a little sense. Did he toss something down, or why is he going up? He's upside down again now? Well, at least the outfit is sharp, like that sword.
Please, whatever you want, I'll give it to you.
That ending was so good, even Temple is impressed by it.
Yuri Klementov, the Russian oil mogul, appears to be seriously injured.
As promised, no more merger.
Back in the land of the rising sun, Takeda has a gathering to announce his passing on of the Yorobitsu. However, Masazuka appears coming forward to retrieve it.
波紋を言い渡したはずだ。
先生は俺を旅に出してくれました。そこで俺は己自身で道を見つけ成長した。だからその鎧人を引き継ぐのは俺しかいない。
He leaves, but now knowing he has returned, Takeda selects his daughter, Casey, and these two jobbers to escort the Yoroi Bitsu to a professor in New York. They do just that, and there is no Triborough University in New York. But this fictional university does have a handy-dandy vault. Good thing too, as Masazuka is slicing and dicing his way through the temple, along with a noise that is used way too much in this movie, and I'm pretty sure is used in SpongeBob. While the choreography is questionable and not the best, this is a better fight scene than what we got earlier. Enough of the basics, time for the boss. Student versus teacher. It's okay again, but the constant electricity sound effect for the sword is out of place. What are they using, high-frequency blades? Rather quickly, Masazuka relies on trickery, and we learn that Takeda lacks the brain power compared to a simple Splinter Cell Conviction NPC.
Future's now, old man.
Well, this leaves him at a literal dead end. Oh, look, a clue! Back with Casey, we get the literally shortest scene of him discovering that his mom, who has left him, has also left this mortal realm. Anyways, back with the professor. Temple's goons show up and start wrecking shop. They one-shot the professor, but the defenders of the box put up a surprisingly good fight. In total, this apartment fight is really fun. With half their forces destroyed, the two main characters are forced to flee, but not before Casey gets a glimpse at the Order's brand. Securing lodgings for the night, we get a shower scene. When did Casino Royale come out? Close enough. With a secret order and a ninja assassin after them, how much worse can it get? Well, they just became suspects in the eyes of the police. So naturally, Namiko thinks it'd be a good idea to head out and buy breakfast. The store owner seems to recognize her, but Casey showing up proves it. The man's nervousness catches Casey's eye, but before he can question him, two more cultists appear to kill them. The fight is once again solid, and I need to give a shout out for this move. As more men appear, the couple flee to the subway, where we get more fighting, and even Namiko is able to show off some of her fighting ability. I do like how, unlike Casey, she doesn't exactly go toe-to-toe with the cultists. Of course, Casey can perform fatalities. Right into station, they then ride into the nearby police station. Despite attempting to explain the situation, none believe them. Oh, but wouldn't you know it, the power got cut. That's because Masazuka is here to retrieve Namiko, which he does with surprising ease. Surely Casey will stop him. Well, that's not very shinobi. What's next? A slasher villain with a gun? Anyways, up on the terrible CGI roof, we have our fight. It's good, the suit is cool, but man, they use that stinger way too much. And always remember, the Batman ripped off Ninja. So the villain has the girl and, Zuka. Big guy. You want to explain why you went full Shibari on her? I mean, you got me wondering if the people at the store gave me the wrong disc. I'm not exactly complaining, but what the fuck? Needing answers, Casey tracks down coffee shop guy who he thinks made a call, despite us never seeing this, and lucky that this man has that brand mark. This leads to Atkins kicking more ass and using Temple's phone to arrange a meeting with Masazuka. Despite being the one to drop off the box, he sneaks in and basically ruins the night for these three security guards. The detective from earlier shows up, but lets Casey go. Hopefully someone let those poor men out. Anyways, let's hit this climax already.
What you have is mine.
So come and get it.
You know, for mostly cloth clothing, it has held up remarkably well after all these years. Japanese preservation is something else. No wonder they lived for so long. This duel is interrupted by the arrival of a few dozen cultist goons. This leads to an impressive three-way fight. All sorts of cool gadgets and weapons are used, from caltrops and throwing stars to nunchucks, as well as ball and chain kama. I will say that Namiko has a peculiar way of using that bow. It's like a weird mix of European archery and Asian that doesn't look correct. But hey, ninja with an AK. Oh, but yes, the ninja need to kill each other. Masazuka coaxes Casey into anger with the antidote twice before dropping it on the ground. The fight comes to a close as Masazuka disappears in the smoke, and I guess Casey masters Food Ocean or something. I don't know, but Namiko is dying. But what was that stupid writing quote? Turns out that apart from holding the secrets of thread preservation, the Japs also mastered antidote preservation. Okay, film. You were entertaining enough. I'm just gonna coast the rest of this ride. With the fight over, a girl saved, the detective helps him back to Japan, where they both maintain the dojo. So that was Ninja, and I have some serious questions, namely how this film was apparently made on a budget of $10 million. Look, if you said $1 million, I'd believe you. But what smooth talker did these people have for this kind of embezzlement? Much as I had fun watching it, the CGI was terrible in multiple parts, and sound effects were overused or stock. This film made a gross of $194,243 and got 2 sequels. Look, I'm not pointing any fingers. I'm just saying this is more sus than a red spaceman standing by the airlock. This movie first released in Malaysia, 22nd of October 2009, with a DVD premiere in Thailand, 3rd of December 2009. Its final release currently is China, 13th of April 2012. In most regions, it is simply called Ninja. However, in Argentina, it is called Ninja Silent Warrior. Germany had Ninja Revenge Will Rise, and Israel had Ninja Hoser, which I'm not 100% on the translation from Hebrew, means something along the lines of to come back or something. Fumio Demura, responsible for the choreography of the Karate Kid films and doubling for Mr. Miyagi, had a brief appearance in the film. The film states that ninjas were outlawed in the 1600s. Well, for starters, ninjas were shinobi, and unlike the film claims were not, or at least were not only, mercenaries. In fact, a samurai could be shinobi. A ninja was basically just a spy or assassin. Also, the following of the, quote, ninja are found in the 17th century following the unification of Japan under Tokugawa shogunate. A handful of shinobi manuals were written in the 17th and 18th century, most notable being the Bansen Shukai in 1676. Yoraibitsu basically translates to armor, so it was primarily the armor everyone was after, not so much the tools of the trade. Ninja is a fun but simple movie. Simple in that there isn't much depth to the characters, and some things lack any explanation. You don't really need much, as what this film aims to be is an action movie first and a deep story fourth. Why do the CEOs come together like cultists? Don't worry about that, we have a fight. Why does Masazuki hate Casey so much? Fill in the blanks, but watch this fight first. And in that regard, this film succeeds. Now, this isn't the best action movie I can pull off the shelf, but it's an easy watch, and as someone who enjoys Ninja Gaiden, it managed to keep me entertained. I'm unaware of the sequel's quality, but if the creators are smart, they'd either hold the course set by this film, or look to deepen its characters and world. At least, if they're smart, that's what they'll do.
And now, folks, it's time to say goodnight. We sincerely appreciate your patronage and hope we've succeeded in bringing you an enjoyable evening of entertainment. Please drive home carefully and come back again soon. Good night.